A good morning, or rather good afternoon, because it's already 1 o'clock. I wanted to talk about Red Rising once again because I am nearing the end and I wanted to quickly update my current opinion about this book. I have to say, when I started this book, I really didn't know what I was expecting. The first couple of pages kind of gave me the opinion that this will be some kind of a sci-fi, maybe even like 1984. We believe this to be our reality, but in reality, it is completely different. Because when we started with Darrow living as a rat in the mining colonies, and it being established that the competition around the laurel, I think, is that how you pronounce it? Around the laurel is kind of rigged and unfair. It's obviously a little bit of foreshadowing to what this book actually is about, namely the society being rigged and being favorited towards certain people of higher class. And maybe I should say, kind of spoiler, if you haven't read it and want to, please skip to this timestamp. And then when the story progressed even more and Daryl died and was made a gold, and then was sent to the institute, I thought, oh, it's gonna be some kind of maybe like academia storyline of everyone being mean and completely elitist and him not really fitting in and not knowing the slang and the certain words and the high lingo and stuff. So I thought, oh, okay, it's gonna be one of those stories. And then the story transformed again and it became like this kind of Hunger Games like competition in an arena. And yeah, ultimately this war game around different houses and different clans and it being made up to be survival of the fittest and it being disguised as this kind of sorting progress. But in reality, once again, this whole thing is definitely rigged to separate the weaklings in the beginning and to essentially push the bigger guys from the wealthy and famous families so they can get the apprenticeships in like better positions and stuff. I think it's about 50 pages and then I'm finished. But what I originally wanted to say was that during this whole process of the story changing and changing again, at least for me, I kind of became first less interested in keep reading this book because I thought, oh no, I don't really need another story like academia story about different houses competing in an institute and you know what I mean. But then when these Hunger Games like arena clans war tactics began, I became more interested again and I read more. And then let me say male power fantasy part of the story began and I was like, that's not really what I'm going for, to be honest. But I kept reading and I think still to this day, I'm not really getting warm with the main character, but maybe that's also not supposed to happen because I don't think he's essentially a really good person. But yeah, I hope this whole rambling of me about this book made sense. I will definitely come back to you once I finish this book, maybe even tonight. But I wanted to talk about something else right now, a bit more fun after this whole dark story part. I got a camera and it's not a fancy camera. It's like this, it's the Canon Prima Super 115. So I was looking for another analog camera that I could just throw in my bag and I can use while on the go. I already had this other one. This is the Pentax K1000. This was actually my mom's and I found it while cleaning our basement and then decided I could keep it because she's obviously not going to use it now. But yeah, I really love this camera and I also really love the photo quality of this camera. But the thing is, it's completely made up out of metal. It's really sturdy and it's also really heavy and kind of big, so it doesn't really fit in a lot of my purses and I wanted something a bit smaller, so I thought this one has just about the right size to fit in at least some of my bags. Or it also came with a strap. It even says Canon, so it's the original strap that it came with, I think. I don't know if I'm gonna leave this on, to be honest, because it's a bit flimsy. But I need to change it first. It came without a film, obviously, and I also ordered special special batteries because, as I noticed yesterday, it doesn't come with the batteries and it needs like these special, really short ones. This would be much easier if I would just get a little screwdriver, but my nails will do. Okay, so it went on for a second, but I still have to close this thing. But the fact that it went on is a relief because, as I said, I got this off eBay and there is never a guarantee that stuff actually works. Okay, but it shows that I inserted a battery. Okay, so I managed to open it, but do I also manage to insert the film on my own, or do I look up a video? Okay, so the only film I had lying around is a Kodak with ISO 400, and I hope this will work. Okay, I had to take a quick break because as I was just talking about how crazy the weather is this week, it became a complete thunderstorm outside. I had to quickly close some windows and now it's just pouring. But anyways, I was talking about how different films work in my cameras, and this is obviously no news for people who know about analog film, and I'm definitely a newbie in this area because I just found this camera in my basement and started taking photos with it. And so now, in order to improve my photos, I need to learn more about them. I tried the ISO 200 film. I think it's a bit too dark for like darker areas and like indoors and stuff because this camera doesn't have a flash, but this one does. Maybe ISO 200 would work fine, but I don't have one right now and I totally want to try it. So I'm using the ISO 400 for now, and we shall see if it works out. This is going to be kind of a test run. And okay, so I put the film in here, and now I'm kind of struggling how to attach it. Okay, it's way easier than I thought. There is a little automatic reverse engine that will just pull this out. And then to remove the film afterwards, there's actually a little button right here. Nope, there's actually a little button right here. That's so convenient. Okay, I'm impressed. Let's try it. I inserted the film. I will close this and then I will switch it to auto. And now it's on 1. Let's do a little test shot. I have this a little old peonies that my grandmother gave me actually. So this will be our first test shot. Can even zoom. Okay. And now it says 2. So it seems to work. And you can also see like this little roll of film in the camera. That's so cute. Okay, amazing. So it seems to work. Okay, now I try one with flash. Maybe I will even do a little selfie. Oh my god. Okay, that was really bright, but it works. And I'm really happy about my purchase. I'm really excited to try this out on the go and see how the photos come out of this. I was actually thinking of doing a little walk outside, but now that it's really pouring, I don't want to do that anymore. So I think I will just continue to curl up on the couch with a good book, namely Red Rising, and I will see you later. I did in fact not finish Red Rising that evening, but instead started a new book because my wonderful partner surprised me with this lovely display. He prepared some tea and some frozen chocolate-covered strawberries and also some nuts to snack on. And because I kept talking about how much I love the Cruel Prince series by Holly Black, he decided to finally give it a go and pick that book out for him. As for me, it was actually a tiny bit of destiny because my copy of The Everlasting just arrived the day before, so naturally I couldn't resist. And since it was storming and raining all day, it was the perfect atmosphere. We put on some ambience music on YouTube and drank our tea and had some snacks. It was just so fun. Can I have some more?
How fast are ye drinking, woman? As if it would have been the source of the gods themselves.
It's Saturday and I'm currently getting ready to do some exciting things today because one of my good girlfriends is returning from a 3-week trip to Canada tomorrow. So today we're going over to their flat to prepare a little welcome home surprise for them. I bought this little banner thing from Amazon that says welcome home, and I also got her 2 books because the most amazing thing happened. I don't know if you can relate, but she wrote me that she actually read one of my book recommendations, and I don't know, it always makes me so giddy and excited to talk about the book with them. In this case it was Fourth Wing, and let me say, it's not my favorite book. It's not bad either. I think for people who don't regularly read fantasy, it's the perfect gateway into reading fantasy. So it's perfect for her because she usually, first thing, she is not much of a reader because she doesn't have that much time, or she spends her free time with other stuff. So yeah, I don't know if she will actually continue reading the books, but so far she sounded really into it. So yeah, I got her the 2nd and 3rd book in a really pretty German special edition. I'm gonna show you later because I still have to wrap them, and then we will prepare their flat a bit. We will also get some groceries for them because tomorrow when they will arrive it will be Sunday and the stores will be closed, so they can have some bread and dairy stuff to have a nice breakfast on Monday, or I don't know, have some Abendbrot in the evening after they arrive, because I am pretty sure they will be heavily jet lagged. So yeah, I'm almost finished getting ready. Still have to do my hair. I just showered, and we were also thinking about taking the bike because it's actually for once not raining. So yeah, that's the plan for today, to get some groceries for us and also for them, and to prepare their flat. First wrap the presents, and then we will just have a chill Saturday. I'm also on my last 50 pages of The Everlasting by Alex E. Harrow, and let me tell you, I ate this book up. It was so good, or it is still good. I have obviously not finished, and I'm at this point in the story where I'm kind of concerned if there's gonna be a happy end, or maybe even an ending I can compromise with, but Either way, I really loved the characters and I really loved the writing style. So this was my first book by Alex E. Harrow, and I immediately looked into getting some more of her work because just the wording and the phrasing and also her tempo is really nice, and you can just really ease into it. You don't really have to concentrate much. And also for a non-native speaker, obviously, it's also really easily understandable, and that's always great. So yeah, my expectations, I didn't really have any, but they were surpassed. Can you say that? I will quickly finish getting ready and then we can get going. My book just arrived by accident. Oh no! It's damaged a bit. I don't know, this will annoy me. It's really floppy though. It's just so annoying when this happens. I mean, it's not really bad, but when you get a new book, and it was packaged really well. I don't know how this always happens. What's also really cool is that the map is in color. Sowas? Kocke? Oder so? Vollkorn. Ja. Das sieht so cute aus. Ich glaube, ich muss das probieren. Jetzt gerne mal.
Briefkocht auch alles dabei, irgendwie schon. Dieses FIFA-Ding, was da haben.